we're back once again. Magic time. I haven't done one of these in a little bit because Magic, the last set, Aether Drift, I wasn't a huge fan of personally. I didn't like the look of it, so I wasn't going to do anything for it. That's genuinely just how I felt with the whole set. This, however, is Tarkir. And Tarkir was the first set that got me back into Magic after I got done with college. So with that being said, I am very excited for this set. I'm very excited to see some new Abzan cards because I'm about to start building an Abzan commander deck. I pre-ordered the Precon commander deck for this for Abzan, so I'm already going to be tinkering with stuff. But I'm excited just to see what they're going to give us because this is one of my favorite universes and planes that we have. So let's see what we got here. I'm very excited. Very excited. Magic the Gathering.
For generations,
Anafanza.
the Dragon Lords ruled over Tarkir, crushing the once great clans under Talon and Fang.
Oh, my girl Dramica.
Now, the winds have changed, and a new age approaches. Together, the 5 clans take back the skies.
Oh, this is cool.
The power of the spirit dragons.
Oh, this is sick.
But it was a power they could not fully comprehend.
The Dragonstorm. Okay, so that's Dragonstorm. Oh, I like that. That's cool looking.
The skies darken with a new threat to Tarkir.
All right, Abzan.
It will take the combined might of the 5 clans to face what's coming.
Yo, the teamer Dragon Spirit looks so cool.
Mardu, Abzan, Teamer, Jeskai. Let those who summon the storm be the ones to break
That's
it.
Nicol Bolas. That was a Nicol That was Nicol Bolas.
Tarkir Dragonstorm is a new set that will transport players to a plane they may have visited before.
Yep.
One filled with action, danger, and above all, dragons.
Dragons.
Tarkir can be unforgiving. Storms full
I
of
love
wild
the
dragons
artwork in
tear
this.
apart the
Like,
land,
oh my God.
while the different human clans vie for supremacy and try to survive their harsh climate. But this
To
harsh
change the
environment has
teamer,
given rise to
look-wise
heroes.
looks...
Whether
whoa!
dragon or humanoid, they prove equal
All right,
to the
Abzan.
challenges of Tarkir. A return to Tarkir would be impossible without addressing the most prominent spirit dragon, Ugin. While Ugin, Eye of the Storms, was present on Tarkir,
Ugin.
he reinforced and empowered the Dragonstorms, allowing the dragon's numbers to grow. But when Ugin departed to save the multiverse, the Dragonstorms began to weaken. The subsequent invasion
I'm
by
gonna have to
new
look back at that.
Phyrexia chipped away at the Dragon Lord's already dwindling strength and allowed the humanoid rebellions to gain traction. The past and present collide
Maelstrom of
as
Spirit
5
Dragon.
clans re-emerge out of the humanoid rebellion. Their khans
Or
finally
an omen
succeed in
spell.
toppling
Ooh,
the
an
Dragon
omen
Lords
spell.
by summoning spirit dragons to aid them. Unfortunately,
What is an
the
omen
spirit
spell?
dragons
Wait,
came
wait.
with fearsome
What is an
wild
omen spell?
dragons spawned from the storm as well. They fill the skies of Tarkir,
Enchantment.
threatening the 5 clans and the
Wailing and
multiverse beyond.
Dragonstorm.
These dragon storms
When
brought
this enters, draw
fearsome
2 cards in
dragons
discard.
to
When the
planes
dragon
that were
enters, return this
unprepared for
term to its
them,
owner's hand. That's kind of cool.
wreaking havoc and demanding a response.
That's kind of a cool card.
And if there's one planeswalker
The
who
promo looks kinda
responds
cool
when the
too.
multiverse is in danger, it's Elspeth,
Yeah.
Stormslayer.
Elspeth.
Following her ascension to Archangel during the Phyrexian invasion, Elspeth has been tracking Dragonstorms through the Omen paths.
Okay.
She arrives on Tarkir,
Ooh,
having
the
found the
Borderless looks
source
sick
of the
though.
storms
I
at
can't be
last.
mad at that.
But she quickly
I can't be
realizes
mad
that
at
she
that.
won't be able to stop
That
them
looks
alone.
so good.
Narset, Jeskai Waymaster,
Okay.
is a former planeswalker who has risen to the head of her clan and spearheaded the summoning of the spirit dragons. Narset agrees to join Elspeth out of a desire to unite her plane. But the duo face a difficult obstacle in their quest to save Tarkir. Another planeswalker, Sarkhan Vol,
Yeah.
is intent on stopping them. Sarkhan, with his profound attachment to dragons,
Sarkhan's
seeks to
resolve.
preserve the
That's sick
Dragonstorms.
looking.
And he's not alone. Sarkhan is
Fear,
joined by an army
Feral
of wild
Death
dragons,
Gorger.
all with the same mission: Elspeth and Narset must overcome nearly insurmountable odds if they want to unite Tarkir and prevent the Dragonstorms from destroying all that they hold dear. All this dragon violence has imbued the essence of Dragonfire into the land of Tarkir itself, forming Mox Jasper. This potent card can be used to power a whole battlefield
but then also, please show us the other version.
Like the rest of Tarkir, the mechanics in this set will be a mix of familiar and reinvented. Behold is a new mechanic, which rewards players for their dragons. To behold a dragon, choose a dragon you control or reveal a dragon from your hand. And doing so gains an additional effect when casting the card. When Sarkhan, Dragon Ascendant, beholds a dragon, you may create a treasure token.
It's such a little
Similar
thing
to how the adventure mechanic worked in
Eldraine. This is the Omen.
Omen lets you play the instant or sorcery side of the spell before shuffling it back into your library. If you're able to draw it again later, repeat the process or cast the creature side instead. Cards with Renew can be exiled from your graveyard in order to put a counter on another creature you control. Renewing applies part of the original creature's ability onto a new target before leaving the game.
That's kind of cool.
Flurry is an ability which allows the opponent to gain an additional effect whenever you cast your second spell each turn. In this case,
I like the dog monk.
Adept gains double strike until the end of the turn. Mobilize allows you to increase your forces in an instant. This effect creates an amount of tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature tokens, which are sacrificed at the beginning of the next end step. Hybrid mana gives you the option to pay a higher colorless amount if you're missing a color source in the casting cost.
That's pretty sick, actually,
With
for this.
Rakshasa's Bargain, you can either pay black, green, and blue, or use 2 colorless mana to replace any of those pips. You can pay 3, 4, 5, or 6 mana depending on your combinations. The choice is yours. Sieges were a card cycle in Khans of Tarkir.
I love the Sieges. I actually thought they were really cool. So I'm glad that they're bringing them back.
Each clan is represented by 3 colors of mana, but these Sieges only use 2. This can leave you with flexibility about which side you'll join. For example, here during the Frostcliff Siege, you can choose white for Jeskai, and go wide looking to draw cards, or go green for Temur, and buff your creatures for immediate attacking. But be warned, once they hit the battlefield,
the boardless version of that looks, those look great.
And speaking of choosing between the clans, the 5 clans of Tarkir have weathered Dragonstorms and changes to their timelines to emerge with new strength. Each clan features a combination of old and new elements that will feel both familiar and refreshing. No longer under the thrall of the Dragon Lords, these clans have each appointed
Temur looks so much cooler
leader,
now than what they did originally.
But they have also each found a dragon representative of their guiding ethos. The Abzan are a clan empowered by their connection with their ancestors' spirits.
Let's go, baby.
Their Khan leader, Felothar, maintains this connection through sacred kin trees, which link them to their predecessors. One familiar face is Anafenza,
Anafenza's back.
found wandering the Abzan territories. This powerful remnant of an older Tarkir protects the clan from danger. Her card features the Endure mechanic, which lets you choose between +1/+1 counters, or a spirit token to remember the legacy of fallen friends.
I like that.
Beitor, kin to all, is the ultimate expression of the Abzan's ancestry.
5/7.
A collective consciousness made up of all Abzan past and present. This dragon is able to solve problems by drawing on a vast collection of knowledge and memories, making them invaluable to the reconstituted Abzan. However, Beitor may also be self-contradicting, as the many voices that make up this dragon do not always agree. The Jeskai are a clan known for their monk practitioners of the way.
I liked Jeskai originally. I couldn't figure out how to play Jeskai.
Divided amongst 3 primary monasteries.
Oh, so that's sick.
The Jeskai are devoted to using their knowledge of the past and belief in the way to bring their plane together.
Oh, that's a cool card.
They are led by the former planeswalker Narset, who is seen here discovering lost knowledge in the Jeskai archives, and using that magic to summon the spirit dragons to defeat the Dragon Lords.
Art is insane.
She knows that her clan is key to tackling the threat of the Dragonstorms. Shiko, Paragon of the Way, shares the Jeskai's vision of a unified Tarkir,
Man,
She keeps an eye on Jeskai territory, offering
Oh,
advice and stepping in when needed.
Oh,
A fitting dragon for a
that's pretty
collection of
sick.
wise and thoughtful practitioners. She seeks to understand the goals, beliefs, and actions of others in order to best fulfill her role of guiding them towards the way.
okay.
Technologically advanced
I liked the
nomadic
Mardu as well.
warriors, the Mardu meet any challenges
Because I
with
had
an
a dash
all-out
deck
assault.
back in the day.
The Mardu field armies of
All-out
lightning-wielding
assault.
fighters and
Give plus
archers
one plus one, have
to the
death touch.
chagrin of
Oh
their
wow,
enemies.
and have death touch.
This
All right.
mighty army is led and coordinated by their great Khan,
Zurgo.
Stormrender. The Mardu were exhausted and weakened by the Dragon Lords and multiversal invasions of the past few years. But they have been reinvigorated by the spirit
Oh.
dragon Nereev, Heart
Does
of
this
the
get you
Storm.
where you can, if a creature
He
can
is
go
the
with
marshal of their
that's ended,
forces,
like, the
leading
creature
them into
can
battle
control
against the
enter
other
this zone
clans
until it
and
can do
anyone
what-
else who might stand in their way.
Well, I could make a dash deck again
The
with
Sultai
that.
clan dwell deep
I
within
didn't.
the jungles of Tarkir.
I don't know what it is, but anything
They
involving
survive
like
by
using the
nurturing both
graveyard
the
and like
living
that sort of
through
thing
their
can't
efficient
play.
farms,
I don't know why.
and the dead through their equally efficient
I don't know why.
necromancers. The Sultai have a deep respect and connection with both the living and the dead.
I did like
The
Slumgar.
returned dead are given positions of honor
I thought they
and
were really
leadership,
cool looking.
not
I thought
servitude.
Slumgar was really cool looking. So
With their stealth and cunning, the
That dude's
Sultai
really
are
cool
not
looking.
to be trifled with. Sidisi is a powerful
Sidisi.
Naga who has risen through the ranks of her people in each version of Tarkir. Originally a Khan of
I was
the
gonna
Sultai,
say, yeah.
Sidisi's authority came from being
Sacrifice
a
creature
vizier for
control
the
with
Dragon
a mana
Lord
value.
Silumgar. Now
X
that the
other
old
than
Dragon
Sidisi.
Lords, including Silumgar, have fallen, Sidisi has found a new path to power.
okay.
She rules over the northern
Other than
swamps as a terrifying undead being. Once an unassuming human farmer, Kotis, the Fangkeeper,
Ooh.
led his village in the rebellion against Silumgar, never
Too
wanting
many
to be a
X's
warrior
right now for
or
me.
leader.
But I do like the look of
Kotis
this
was partially
homeboy.
responsible for Sidisi's fall. Though he was killed in the
Like
Phyrexian
the
invasion,
blade on that arm
his
is
people
cool
could
looking.
not do without him. They
he
revived
died
him in a
during the
necromantic ritual
Oh.
and reinstated him as leader.
See,
a
that's
position
cool.
he holds still.
That's a cool backstory. I like that.
Taval is a symbol for the Sultai's rejection of the old ways.
Dude,
The
that's so cool
tyranny of
looking.
Silumgar has no place in their new
But
way of
yet
being.
again, we haven't seen the actual
Instead,
card. Interesting.
Taval acts as an impartial judge, maintaining balance and arbitrating the clan's conflicts impartially.
Interesting. They didn't show any of the card for him.
The Temur are adapted
Temur was
to
the
live
last
in
one that I
freezing
kind of-
cold
I
and
liked,
work
but-
alongside their animal companions.
I wasn't too
This
into
clan
it,
has
but
an advantage
I
over
love the
others
new
in
look
the
of
form
them
of their
now.
whisperers, who utilize the spirits of the land to predict the future. In their wisdom, the
Oh, that's
whisperers
cool
have
looking.
also selected
Snowmelt
the
stag?
Temur's current leader, Eshki Dragonclaw.
Dragonclaw. Why does that
Ureni,
sound familiar?
the song unending.
Oh, that's
was
see.
brought
I
forth
love the
to
artwork on
reconnect
this
the
card.
Temur to the
Also,
land
that's
they
a
relied upon.
10-10.
Deeply invested in the clan and the well-being of the land,
It's a
Ureni
10-10.
provides
Flying,
counsel
protection
and
from white and
guidance
black.
to the
When it enters, it deals X
Temur, working
damage.
and living closest
X
with their
number of lands
whispers.
control. That's
Ureni also acts as
Ureni.
fearsome protector of both the
I like
Temur
it.
whisperers and of the
oh
Temur
no,
lands as
and
a
I
whole.
don't want to do a
Their
Temur deck.
signature spell lets you send away uninvited
Ureni's reload.
creatures back to where they came from.
Harmonize. You may cast this
It
card
also
from your graveyard
features
for
the Harmonize mechanic, which allows you to recast it from your graveyard by tapping into the powers of your clan.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
Craterhoof Behemoth
Oh.
is an exciting reprint.
Mm.
This beast emphasizes that the dragons, the Dragonstorms, and other clans are not the only dangers players will face on Tarkir.
And the big boy has haste.
As Eshki Dragonclaw of the Temur clan says, some days you wish you were fighting a dragon.
I love it.
Tarkir Dragonstorm
The will of
features
the
a
Abzan.
commander
Oh,
deck
that's
for
such a
each
cool
of the
card.
5
Love.
clans. These decks will spotlight the humanoid leaders of the clans, as well as their spirit dragon allies.
These will cards
This
are cool
white,
looking.
black, green
I
commander
have this
deck
pre-ordered.
is led by the Khan of the Abzan clan,
Very excited to have this one.
Felothar the Steadfast. As a mighty warrior and leader of her people,
Oh,
Felothar turns your toughness into vicious attack power.
okay.
To the Abzan, the best offense is often a good defense.
Yes, sir.
If you enlist Beitor, Ancestor's voice as your commander, utilize life gain and life loss to buff your
Yo,
creatures
that
and return
Beitor
them
looks
from the
sick, too.
graveyard. Fitting for the spirit dragon who operates
I'm
as a
excited for this
combined
deck now.
consciousness of Abzan,
I already was
past
exciting,
and
but
present.
I'm more excited now.
The blue-red-white commander deck of the Jeskai
I'm
clan
intrigued.
is led by Shiko and Narset unified.
Oh,
A combination of the Jeskai clan's legendary leader
interesting.
and their newly incarnated dragon.
Shiko and
This
Narset
rapid-fire duo
unified.
doubles your spells and stocks up on card draw.
Okay.
Elsha, Threefold Master, is another powerful commander in the Jeskai clan.
That Elsha seems
Utilizing
familiar,
the
or at least the
monastic
look of the
discipline
character
of the
looks familiar.
Jeskai.
Let me put it like
This
that.
deck allows you to focus your flurries on multiple targets, boost your
That's-
attackers, and leave nothing standing in your way.
I wasn't expecting
The
a
black-green-blue
pawn
commander
and
deck of the Sultai
dragon
brings the
combined.
deadly cunning of this clan to bear on your enemies.
Fill the graveyard to return with zombie
Fill your
druids.
graveyard to provide yourself with
Ooh,
bonus mana
there's
and
Taval.
an army of zombie druids. Taval,
Okay.
the balanced scale, raises the dead to fight again. While Taval may largely serve as an arbitrating force for Clan Sultai, the mighty dragon is not above assisting them by reviving Sultai warriors from beyond the grave. Kotis, Sibsig champion, is one such undead member of the Clan Sultai. He continues to serve his people even after death.
That's a
leading
different
their
Kotis,
undead
too.
armies to victory.
So there's two different versions of each one of
The
these.
Mardu electrify the battlefield with this red,
Make
white,
attack tokens,
black
sacrifice
commander
them for
deck.
value. Let me see
Boost
this.
your token production to burn
Storm
bright
Render.
and fast,
Mobilize
and gain more
one.
rewards when they burn out.
Battlefield, draw a card.
Another
First attack
rebel
otherwise
against the
each
Dragon
opponent.
Lords,
Otherwise,
the Orc
each
warrior
opponent.
once
Okay.
known as Zergo Bellstriker, successfully led his people against the Dragon Lord Kolaghan. Renamed Zergo Stormrender, he currently leads the Mardu against any other threats that dare to cross their path.
Okay.
Zergo has a powerful ally in the mighty dragon Nereeve, Crackling
Nereeve.
Vanguard. He represents the
enters grade
spirit
2,
of the
red,
Mardu,
red,
swift,
examine
powerful,
numbers.
and willing to strike at a moment's notice. The teamer draw on the power of the land to
Mana
fuel
ramp
the
and summon
green,
dragons.
blue, red deck,
This is one that
which
actually kinda
builds
I'm
up mana
intrigued by.
early before filling the board with formidable creatures
Now,
and
so I bought the
bumping up their
Abzan one,
stats.
but
Eshki, Teamer's
Eshki.
Roar, was a skilled hunter and wrestler during the reign of the Dragon Lords, but the Phyrexian invasion forced her to take up the reins of
Oh.
leadership. Eventually, Eshki was
I love the
named
art,
Dragon
but the
Claw.
ability. Oh,
With the blessing of the Teamer Whisperers and their new
Ureni
dragon
of the
ally,
Unwritten.
Ureni of the Unwritten,
Ureni.
the Teamer clan is teaming up with the Dragons of
I mean, put a
Tarkir to
dragon
deliver
card from
death
among them
on
onto the
swift wings. Ramp until you cast Ureni to summon a flight of dragons to descend upon your opponents.
wow. Yeah, no, I kind of like that.
This set wouldn't be complete without a few exciting new card treatments.
Okay, let's see it.
The thing about Dragonstorms is that they're full of dragons.
Oh!
Dragon's Eye basic lands combine mana with the might to give an
Those
up-close
look-
and personal
okay.
perspective on Tarkir's dragons.
Those are cool.
Ghostfire and Halo Foil Ghostfire. The Elder Dragon Ugin's influence
That
over
Ugin card is
Tarkir is
insane
manifest
looking.
in new Ghostfire cards.
Oh
Special
my
art
God.
and card frames imbued with
Ooh.
Ugin's ethereal presence.
Okay.
We've brought back the Halo Foil treatment on Ghostfire cards, giving these already stunning cards
Oh,
an
Crater Hoof
extra
we can get it
flourish.
in, and All Out Assault. All Out Assault looks sick.
Borderless reversible cards. Deadly dragons can have a cute side, even Ugin, with 6 new borderless reversible cards, each
Okay.
featuring a fearsome and adorable version of your favorite winged creatures.
That's kind of cool, but at the same time weird.
Borderless clan cards. Battle alongside Teamer, Jeskai,
Yo!
Sultai,
Those are
Mardu
sick.
with borderless clan cards. Special treatments that unite
Oh
each
my
of
God, I
the
want
5
those.
clans across 57 cards.
57. I want them. I want all of them.
Draconic cards.
Nope. Dude, there's
Add
way
some
too many
dragons to
different
your
things
collection
here.
with new Draconic
What?
cards. A flight of powerful dragons and new thematic art and card frames. This set is full of familiar elements that have been thoughtfully refreshed, and that extends to other
Oh,
classic
that's Soul
cards
Ring?
as well.
Oh, that's
Keep an
so
eye out
cool.
for this set's
Hey, Frontier
reprints
Siege, I have
of
that
the
card.
legendary Ultimatum cards. Eerie Ultimatum, Emergent Ultimatum, Genesis Ultimatum, Inspired Ultimatum, and Ruinous Ultimatum.
Oh, these are special guests. Okay,
These
so these are
powerful
old
cards
cards.
require 7 colored mana each, but they are worth it, with
Yeah, you ain't
effects that
kidding.
can
Just throw in non-land
devastatingly
permanents your
alter the
opponent
course
controls.
of a game. This set also includes a beautiful series of fetch
Ooh.
lands appearing in the special
Nice.
guest slot. Marsh Flats, Scalding Tarn,
Okay.
Verdant Catacombs, Arid Mesa, and Misty Rainforest. These enemy color fetches bring
like it.
unrivaled flexibility to your decks, powering all your favorite strategies no matter which clan claims your allegiance. Get your hands on new textured dragon-scale foil fetch lands that bring Tarkir to life, exclusively in collector boosters, making them the perfect addition when enhancing your library. You could also be one of only 500 people in the world to open an exclusive, serialized Mox Jasper card, rare even in Tarkir.
That's sick looking.
Tarkir is now bigger and bolder than ever, filled with cinematic action, dynamic clan gameplay, and powerful new dragons that add lasting firepower to your collection. You can play early at your local game store for pre-release, starting the weekend of April 4th, and on Arena April 8th.
I'm going to play Arena.
Otherwise,
I'm gonna have
Tarkir Dragonstorm will be available everywhere April 11th.
That's in like 3
weeks, And if you'd like to learn more about
2
Elspeth and
weeks.
Narset's battle to contain the multiversal Dragonstorms and defeat Sarkhan Vol, you can read the full story online now.
I've read bits and
Get
pieces.
ready for the new age of Tarkir.
Talking about it.
Join your clan. Break the storm.
Okay. Actually, okay. I want to make sure because sometimes they do some funny things there
so
at the
I
end.
found a site called box.gg.
No, we
They'll
didn't.
let you
We
unbox
didn't
packs
see
on their
anything.
site, and then
with
they'll
Box
ship the
GG.
physical
Nope. Okay. So it's 20 minutes long. Damn. Okay. My initial thoughts was there was a lot that they just unloaded on us, right? I didn't want to pause and stop throughout it. I wanted to just let it go, and then I was going to look at stuff, right? So that's what I'm going to do right now. We're just going to look quick hit on a couple different things that I thought of. One, I'm so excited for this. I'm an Abzan. I play, like I said, Abzan is my clan. Drama is my dragon lord. I'm very excited to go back to Tarkir and go back to Abzan. However, with that being said, Timur looks very intriguing to me now. Ureni looks awesome. But let's take a quick look at some of the stuff. So first off, we get a look at Ugin. I wanted to see this. When you cast a spell, exile up to 1 target permanent this 1 or more colors. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile up to 1 target permanent this 1 or more colors. Search library for any number of colorless cards. Until the end of turn, you may cast those cards without paying the mana values. Okay, so there's a little bit of a drawback, it seems like, here with this, because you're exiling permanents. Like, exile up to 1 permanent. Oh, it doesn't say your permanents. You can do any permanent. Oh. That's kind of nasty now that I reread that. Okay. This Maelstrom card is really cool. Like I said, I was wondering what the Omen spell was. We find out later, which is nice to see. Roiling was kind of cool. Elspeth, I'm just kind of... This is just a me thing. I'm over Elspeth. It's the same thing with the kid that we've had running throughout the whole series so far. That started off in Eldraine and then went through all the different sets there. I forgot what his name is. I got him in basically every single collector booster, and I only buy one, really. So the fact that I kept getting him was just annoying. But I will say this, though. This version is sick. This is a cool-looking version of this. Narset being max dope. Sarkhan Vol being max dope. This card right here. Dragon Master Outcast, I do believe is an old card. I think this is an old card, and I could be wrong from where this is from, but I want to say it's from like Scourge Legions era, which is like when I first started playing the game, and like I said, I could be wrong with that, but it reminds me of a card at least from that time, which Scourge was like a big dragon set. So Sarkhan's back. He has Behold, new ability, trigger, which is kind of cool. All we have to do is either reveal or show a card. Boom, that's it. And then it just depends on what it is. I'm okay with that. That's kind of cool. Omen is interesting. So Omen is the same thing as like the story ones in Eldraine. But instead of it going into exile and then you can play the other part of it, this one, you then shuffle this card into its owner's library. So if I can't play this yet, I can use the Omen aspect. Boom, play it, put it back into my deck and shuffle. That's kind of cool, actually. I kind of really like that. Then we get Renew. I think there's another one as well. Did I miss one? Or is that an after? That's after, okay. Renew is also interesting. So this card's in my graveyard. I exile it, and whatever abilities it has, I get to put those counters on a target creature. Because it says put this, and this on target creature. So it's not like I can put Flying on one, Death Touch on another, Lifelink on another. I can just put them on all of them. I kind of like it because if you already have this card anyway, right now you have this card and now you can reuse it for its old things, which is a very a black mana Sultai thing, right? Like it goes in the graveyard. Well, I can still use it and I can still do something with it. So that's kind of cool. Then what? The Flurry. So when you cast your second spell each turn, this card gains double strike until end of turn. Really simple thing. They're just now giving it an actual card title name because like we've had this before on different things, and it's just been this right here. Now this is Flurry. They're gonna call it. So okay. Mobilize. This is kind of cool. It's just whenever you attack, you get to create 2 attacking things, and then you sacrifice them at the end of your end step. I feel like this has been a thing we've had before, or it's either a thing we've had before, or this has been like a typical thing that I've seen on other cards before. So your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Didn't read that. When I was looking at everything, that's gross. Yeah, that's gross. This is kind of this is an old thing that I haven't seen in so long. Really kind of cool that it's back, especially with this being 3 color sets, so 3 color clans. So now it gives you a little bit of wiggle room to be able to play some stuff. I'm hoping that there's not a bargain per se, but I hope there's a version of this for everything, for each color. That'd be nice. I love the sieges. I think the sieges are really cool. When the sieges were originally, it was either do you want to pick clans or do you want to pick dragons. Now you actually get to pick is it Jeskai or Teamer. I love that. The thing I love most about this though is this artwork. This like old school battlefield, like moving your chess pieces around. They showed the Abzan one at Magic Con, and I absolutely am in love with it. And it's one of the main cards I want to make sure I either get it or I'm buying it. It's one of the two. Like it's done. I love this though. I like these siege cards. I think they're really cool. So then we get into all this. We get into this. Now we start talking about the different clans and everything. Indoor, this is a really kind of cool thing. And I was thinking about pausing during it. So during the original thing, we had what was it? I don't think it was indoor. It was something like because this is indoor, but it was there was bolster, and then there was another mechanic for Abzan, which basically was it was about putting counters on your stuff. Whatever your weakest thing is, you put counters on it. Whichever one has the lowest toughness, you put counters on it. And then depending on what counters you have, depends on all different abilities that you have, like that sort of thing. That was a big thing with Abzan. So the fact now that there's an indoor mechanic, which is literally either you put counters on it, or you create a spirit token, is kind of cool because now you get to pick depending on how your board is. Do I want to make another thing, or do I want to bolster and raise up the level of everything? So I really like that. Baitor, this here is gross. This is insane, and it hits each single thing, right? So if at the end of my end step, all the creatures I control have a toughness of 10 or greater, I get to draw just a single card. Boom, I get to draw a card. If it's 20 or greater, I get to untap all my creatures at the end of my end step. Dope. If it's 40 or greater, each opponent loses half their life rounded up. That is insane. That is insane. For the type of deck that I wanted to build for this, that's going to be just like an Outlast. That was the mechanic. It was called Outlast. An Outlast deck, which just like I'm just gonna keep just doing my thing, and I'm just gonna hold back, and we're just gonna play out the game. This is insane. So really excited for this. I can't wait. Jeskai is really cool. I like Jeskai, but at the same time, like I said, I can't play it myself. This treatment here, this boardless treatment, really cool. I do like this one, but I like this one better. Yeah, Shiko's dope. This is a dope ability. The fact that you can just, when it enters, exile target non-land card with a mana value of 3 or less, and then copy it. Then you may cast it. Like, that's really cool. Going to be some fun things that I can see that people do with that. The Mardu. Mardu is another one, like I said, that I was a big fan of when it first came out. I had a dash deck, which literally all it was you play a creature, you attack, and then put it back in your hand, and you just dash. You get things that, like, eventually you don't even need to attack. You can just dash cards in to the field, and you have enchantments and other things that deal damage and poke people, and then you just dash them back. So eventually you just didn't even need to attack. So very excited about this. The first card we see is All Out Assault, which is creatures you control get +1/+1 have Death Touch. Insane. When this is that, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat after this. Wow. Okay. That's insane, actually. Yeah, old school dash decks, and like even with whatever the floor. Oh, no, it's not flurry. The mobilize. This is gonna go insane. That's gonna go insane. Then we get a look at Neriv. If a creature you control at the end of this turn would deal damage, it deals twice that much instead. Like I said, old school dash decks, just dashing cards in and attacking. Now they do twice as much damage. So that's going to be sick. Sultai, I've always loved the look of Sultai. Salumgur was one of my favorite looking Dragon Lords. So, yeah. Sidisi's back. I used to have so many Sidisi cards. A lot of this is just very confusing to me, so I'm going to be honest with you. If you guys are Sultai fans, let me know down in the comments, because I don't know what's going on. So let me know. But a lot of stuff dealing with, like, you know, mana value of X, that sort of thing. Cultist, so it is a different Cultist card. Interesting. So the Commander decks have one version of a card, and then there's another version of the card that's in the main set. Dope. That's actually really cool. Yes, there's Cultist. I love the look of Tival here. I love this look. It looks really cool. Teamer got a visual upgrade, which I think is really cool looking. I still don't know exactly what it is, but I like it. The cards look cool. Esky Dragonclaw is really interesting. Dragonclaw also sounds really familiar to me for some reason. Don't know why. So I'm wondering if that's part of the old clan. Ureni, I want this card. Don't care. Want this card. And I'll show the treatments later because I know exactly which version I want, but I want this card. I'll take this one first, but I love the artwork mainly on this card. This is cool, but I love the artwork mainly. Harmonize is interesting. So Harmonize is, to me, I play Lorcana as well. I got a bunch of Lorcana stuff right there. Magic up top. In Magic, there's a thing called you can sing songs in there, of course, because it's Disney. And when you tap a like a princess or a prince, you can tap them in order to pay for the cost of the song. And this is called Harmonize. So interesting. Right, how those two kind of work side by side. Crater of Behemoth, this card's just insane. I love this. Visually, it looks cool. And yeah, some days you wish you were fighting a dragon. Yeah. And then we get a look at some of the will cards here. Like this beautiful artwork here for the Will of the Abzan. I love this. This looks insane. Then we get a look at the actual Commander decks. This is the one I've pre-ordered right here. I'm very excited that I did pre-order this one, now that I've seen this. Felithor looks dope in this. Each creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Awesome. Creatures you control can attack as though they didn't have Defender. Awesome. Sacrifice another creature, draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's toughness, then discard cards equal to its power. Okay. I mess with that. But yeah, so that's the first one I bought. This is kind of cool that this is a dual commander. I like that. That is Shiko and Narset instead of it being Narset and Shiko. I thought that was kind of cool, unique. There's Tevel. There's a different version of Kotus. Mardu here with Zergo and Nariv. And then we get into the last one where it's Esky and Ureni. The interesting thing I saw here was whenever you cast a creature spell, put a 1/1 counter on her. If its power is 4 or greater, draw a card. If it's 6 or greater, this deals damage equal to Esky's power to each opponent. Nasty card. Whenever this attacks, look at the top 8 cards. You may put a dragon card from them onto the field. Put the rest on the bottom. Nasty card. I kind of want to pre-order this deck now. I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to pre-order this deck now. Will I? Maybe, maybe not. Don't know yet. There's a good chance that I do. These are sick. The Ghostfires are okay. The one thing I will say that is, this is my one negative, is we're seeing more and more of, like, one set has all of these treatments, right? Which is a really cool thing to have, but at the same time, it genuinely just feels very cash grabby to an extent. They're cool looking, but very cash grabby. I still am a huge fan of block sets. I wish they would do more block sets, because I would rather see, like, these Ghostfires in one set, and then see, like, Borderless Reverse in another set, see the Borderless Clans in another set. I want this Beitar, and I want this Ureni. Yeah, like these are kind of cool, but at the same time, like there's so many different versions of these. This all-out assault card looks insane. That was one of the ones I want to look at. These though, these clan cards are genuinely like these are insane. I really like this. This is such a cool idea. I want the Beitar. I want the Ureni. These two I want. And then they also showed Rhea. They showed some of the other ones. So Anafenza, I would like to get that version. The Voice of Victory has been shown a lot, which is interesting. But also, your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. I understand why. Yeah, like there's Borderless Clans, there's Ghost Fire, and there's Draconic. Like there's three different like alternate art styles in this, and I wish they wouldn't do that. I wish they would stick to one and then do a different one in each set. Is it cool that we get multiples? Yes, it is. However, at the same time, though, I don't know. That's just me. Yeah, no, and then we got the Borderless Special Guests, the Ultimatum series. These are disgusting cards, just absolutely insane cards. Lands, which are dope, and then we get a special version. This is the Dragon Scale Foil, yet again another special thing. The Mox Jasper looks awesome. Yeah, I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited for this. This just all this did for me was just get me more excited for this than any of the other stuff that we've had recently. Trying to find the. Where was it? There we go. I've been kind of down on Magic. I've been very vocal about how down I've been on Magic. This Tarkir coming back has made my entire year right now for Magic. Like, this to me is above everything else. Like, I'm buying very little things for every product. For this, I've already pre-ordered the Precon, a bunch of collector boosters, the bundle. I might be buying another Precon, and I might be buying a pre-release pack. Like, Tarkir is one of my favorite sets, but the only thing that does, and this is a me thing, like I said, I like blocks. I'm going to try and wrap this up real quick. I like block sets. I've always liked block sets. That's a me thing. I would like block sets to return, because I think a world like Tarkir would benefit from a block set. Now, I think some sets benefit from one-offs, and that's it. But I do believe that some sets, some universes, some worlds benefit from multiple sets. And I think that a world like Tarkir would benefit from multiple sets, right? Like, yet again, that's a me thing. Also, then you could separate those special foilings to two different sets instead of just one. And then it makes them feel more special. It makes them feel more unique. Because you throw them all in here, I'm not gonna want to buy all of them. I'm going to see which one I like the most, and that's the one I'm going to get. Done. Right? So, that's a me thing, but I want to know what your guys' opinions on this is. Because, like I said, I'm very excited about this. This is the one major Magic set I've been excited for. The Aether Drift, Broom Broom, Hot Wheels, I wasn't a fan of. Then we got Edge of Eternities. It looks interesting, but that's it. And then the rest of it is all Universes Beyond. From what I remember right now from my brain hole. Is that it? I feel like I'm missing one. I might be missing one. Either way, that just goes to show you just what this year is right now for this, right? So, let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Are you excited? What clan are you going to be a part of? Who's your favorite one? Like I said, I'm Abzan fam, rise up, right? We gonna do our thing. Excited to see what you guys' decks are. And as always, depending on where you are, morning, after, even night, still trouble, stay safe, and we'll talk to y'all later. Okay? Okay. Bye. I'm all in. I've been out of Magic. I'm all in because of Tarkir. But as soon as Tarkir's over with, I hate to say it, I'm gonna kind of be back out again.